Victor was just a regular guy in a small town. This town was surrounded by beautiful mountains and rivers. It was a place where folks worked hard. They spent their days farming, making things, and selling their goods in the crowded market square. But Victor was different. He didn't want to work hard. While everyone else was busy in the fields or hammering away in their shops, Victor preferred to just chill under a tree. He dreamed of a life filled with wealth and comfort, a life far from all the sweat and toil. One sunny day, Victor decided to take a walk in the forest. He thought he might find some herbs to sell at the market. As he wandered deeper into the woods, he stumbled upon something unusual. It was a hidden stone shrine, covered in thick vines. This place looked like it had been forgotten for ages. Right in the middle of the shrine, there was a glowing amulet sitting on a pedestal. This amulet shimmered with a soft golden light. It pulsed gently, almost like it was alive. Victor couldn't look away. It felt as if it was calling out to him, urging him to pick it up. With a little hesitance, he reached for the amulet. The moment his fingers brushed against it, a surprising energy coursed through him. His body tingled, and his vision blurred for just a second. When he blinked, something incredible happened. In front of him, a golden apple floated in the air. It gleamed brightly, looking so real that Victor could almost taste its sweetness. His mouth watered, and he instinctively reached out to grab it. But just like that, as soon as he touched it, the apple vanished into thin air. Victor was puzzled. What just happened? He wondered aloud. He waved his hand again, and another golden apple appeared. This time, he didn't rush to grab it. He just watched in amazement. Slowly, it dawned on him. The amulet had given him a special power. He could create illusions. Anything he imagined could look and feel real, even if it wasn't. At first, Victor just wanted to have fun with this new ability. He made butterflies appear out of nowhere, which made the kids giggle and clap. He conjured streams of fireworks that lit up the night sky. Everybody was left amazed. He even turned ordinary rocks into shiny jewels and made them disappear in a flash. But as time passed, Victor's dreams got bigger. One day, while he was walking through the market, he saw a jeweler showing off shiny necklaces, rings, and bracelets. An idea sparked in his mind. He waved his hand and made a gorgeous golden necklace appear out of thin air. It shimmered, and the tiny diamonds sparkled in the sunlight. Victor walked right up to the jeweler and said, "Hey, I found this in my grandma's attic. Want to buy it?" The jeweler studied the necklace closely. He touched it, weighed it, and even smelled it. It felt so real to him. "This is amazing craftsmanship," the jeweler said. "I'll give you $500 for it." Victor grinned. "Sounds great." He handed over the fake necklace, took the money, and hurried off. Right after he turned the corner, the necklace vanished. Victor couldn't help but laugh to himself. That was way too easy. From that moment on, Victor decided to use his power to trick people. He made fake gold coins and swapped them for real ones. He created illusions of rare gems and sold them to unsuspecting collectors. He even painted fake paintings and claimed they were priceless masterpieces. Before he knew it, Victor had become rich. He bought a big house on the edge of town and filled it with fancy furniture. He dressed in the best clothes, ate delicious food, and threw extravagant parties. But no matter how much he had, it just didn't seem like enough. One day, Victor overheard two men chatting in the market. They were talking about a wealthy merchant who lived on the outskirts of town. I heard he has a treasure chest full of gold coins, one man said. It's locked tight in his mansion with guards everywhere. Victor's eyes lit up with excitement. If I can get that treasure, I'll never have to create illusions again. He thought to himself. That night, Victor sneaked over to the merchant's mansion. It was huge, with tall walls and bright torches lighting the grounds. Guards were patrolling the area, but Victor didn't feel afraid. He waved his hand, and the guards heard footsteps running away from the gate. Believing it was an intruder, they dashed after the noise. Next, Victor conjured the illusion of a scary tiger lurking near the front door. When the guards saw it, they froze in terror. Let's get out of here, one screamed, and they all took off running. With that, Victor slipped into the mansion. He found the treasure chest just where the men said it would be, sitting in the grand hall, surrounded by locks and traps. Victor waved his hand again and created an illusion of a key. He pretended to insert the key into the lock, and with a satisfying click, the chest opened. Golden coins sparkled in the moonlight as Victor peered inside. It's all mine, he whispered. He reached in, but as soon as his fingers touched the coins, they slipped right through, like smoke. Confused, Victor tried again, this time using both hands. But the coins just wouldn't stay. Suddenly, a deep voice echoed through the hall. You thought you could trick me? Victor spun around, startled to see the merchant standing in the shadows, holding another amulet that glowed even brighter than the one Victor had. That amulet you're using is mine, the merchant said, working closer. It's powerful, but it was never meant for selfishness. Victor tried to run, but his feet felt stuck. The merchant raised his amulet, and Victor felt energy rush through his body again, but this time it was different. It felt heavy, like chains wrapping around him. You've used this power to fool and steal, the merchant said firmly. Did you think there wouldn't be a price to pay? Victor begged. Please, I'll give everything back. Just let me go. The merchant shook his head. The amulet comes with rules. It gives power, but it also demands something in return, your freedom. Now you will work for me. With a wave of his hand, the merchant transformed Victor into a shadow. You will exist in this amulet and create illusions only when I command you. Your tricks won't hurt anyone anymore. Instead, they will bring comfort and protection. From then on, Victor was trapped inside the amulet, using his power to help others instead of tricking them. The merchant would have him create images of blooming crops to support struggling farmers, illusions of fierce beasts to scare off bandits, and even safe havens to comfort scared villagers. As Victor, now a shadow, watched all of this happen, he realized his dream of wealth and luxury was gone forever. His greed had cost him everything. The townspeople began sharing Victor's story as a lesson. They warned others about greed, saying, "Be careful, because it can lead to regret." And so, the name Victor lived on, not as the rich trickster he wished to be, but as a reminder that using power for selfish reasons can only lead to a life of sadness.